just been around and given the bike a good clean. Everything's clean and shiny on it now. The only thing that isn't, or the only thing, sorry, that I need to look at is the brakes. So the front brake squeaks like a bitch, and the back brake does bugger all. Now, I've cleaned it all up, and I've had a look at the disc, and I'm going to zoom right in. You obviously can't feel this, but that is rutted and grooved like no one's business. It actually is taking the skin off my finger, it's that rough. And then a closer look in here, hopefully you can see all of this. A closer look in there shows that the metal off of the disc, or off of the pad, sorry, there is actually touching the disc. I've only done 300 miles on this bike. How can it possibly be that bad? That piston there looks quite dirty, so I'm going to get a toothbrush in there once I get the discs out and give that a clean as well, if it's visible, that is. So what I've got to do is undo this Allen bolt, which looks like it's been attempted already because it looks like crap in there. It looks like someone's used the wrong size on it. That one as well, if you can see that one, the knurled lip on that corner, I reckon someone's done that up with either a big long wrench, a big long breaker bar, or a nut runner to get that much. Yeah, so we need to get this back now. So once I take that out, sorry, first things first, I've got to push these back. So I'm going to get something in here and lever these back. Actually, first things first, I've got to take the lid off of the reservoir. Then slowly push these back and try and compress the piston. So we'll give that a go. Okay, so first job, you probably can't see in there very well. Oh, okay, so there's plenty of room in there. So people I've seen it, people saying be careful as you pump it back because it might squirt out. Okay, maybe it will. So let's now take this nice and easy. Oh, there we go, it's going now. That sight glass though. Oh, there we go, that's gone. Okay, so you should be able to see now that piston is right back, which means these discs, or these pads, sorry, should free quite easily. Now, look at the state of that pad. Look at it. How is that possible? Huh? That one has actually got pad on it. The other thing to check is that your what do you call it? That your caliper moves freely on these pistons. Feels like that moves alright to me. The problem is if it doesn't move, if it isn't free, then when one side pushes, this part won't pull in. So when that piston pushes that way, I'd imagine the caliper has to go that way to counteract it. There's no lateral play, there's no like vertical play in it. It's only lateral, but that disc is toast. That disc is toast because of that. Look at the state of it. 600 miles this bike's got on it. So let's start by just popping that back in. And then we'll just wind that back in and we'll wind the other one in behind it. There's no point in cleaning all that up now. Same with that, there's no point in cleaning it all up. Doesn't look like there's any thread lock on it. It didn't feel like there was much. It felt like there was a little bit potentially on this one. But the idea is being a double nut system, I suppose it doesn't need it. Right. So obviously what I meant when I said screwdriver was a toothbrush, not a screwdriver. Because I need to get it into here to give it a good cleany clean. Actually, I can push that over there. So then, got the old PMA copper grease out. I've only got a spray one, because I use it for automated gates and things like that. But it should do the job nonetheless. Or still, all I've got to do is spray it in there. It comes out a bit watery though, so I might spray it on the cardboard first. That's working. To protect the disc. And obviously there's a sensor there as well. Now it's not covered the whole thing because it hasn't covered the back. But it's enough to get it started, isn't it? So how's that going? That's it now. Maybe now, if I build some of this up, I can give it a coating with my finger. Oh gosh, that's so good, yeah. There's not much I can show you here because I can barely get my finger in there, but me again, back with another video. Right, you've probably seen by now the brake incident video, or the brake pad video, shall we say. This is one of said brake pads, and this has essentially knackered my disc. So if you have a look here, you can see all of these, like a record player, but some of them are quite sharp. Some of them are pretty sharp, in all honesty. So I've just taken the grinder and ground that flat. This one. Just a basic orbital grinder. That's all it is. And it's taking that surface off quite well. So let's pick a rough bit. Oh, there's a rough bit on the end there. Now, I'm not suggesting that this is the best way to sort your brakes out, but essentially I need a set of pads. I don't necessarily need a disc. I mean, look, my disc isn't worn away. There's tons of disc there. There is tons of braking surface left. It seems a shame to spend, I think it's 80 quid, 85 with delivery, on a whole new disc because of those pads ruining it. And only one failed, or only one did that. The other one's fine. But you know, you change pads in a set. I don't think I should change this whole disc. Now, there is a little bit of roughness or unevenness on this surface, but I will get, if I use 2 sets of pads or 3 sets of pads at £20 a piece or £25 a piece, if it's wearing slightly unevenly, who really cares if it's only slightly unevenly? If I get this whole disc back, I mean, I can't live with that, the way that is. That's seriously rough. That will destroy a disc. And I didn't know quite enough about motorbikes when I got this. Now I know a bit more and what to look for. And I should have checked these things, and I didn't because I'm an idiot, obviously. I just got caught up in the moment of, well, look at the bright new shiny motorbike. Wow, isn't it beautiful? And then as you start to do experimenting with things, you figure out that not all in the Garden of Eden is apples. There'll be some snakes in there too. God damn, I'm good at this. Anyway, right, I'm going to grind this flat. Bye. Right, this is an especially bad bit. See the size of them ridges? And now look at it. So the colour's still there. It still looks like it's there, but it's gone. We're back. So first things first is we've got to get the cover off of the reservoir for the rear brake. And that is just 2 little bolts that have got a Phillips head, and they've also got a very, very, very small socket type head on them. Shouldn't need to talk safety with you by now. You should all know safety, but I will. Be careful, because brake fluid can be highly corrosive, or is highly corrosive even, not can be highly corrosive. Size of that plunger. Always keep some tissue on hand, give your hands a quick wipe. I've never actually seen any fluid in this sight glass here. can see some in the bottom. Oh no, it is there, it's full up. Yeah, it is full up. I thought it was quite empty, but it's not quite empty. Right, so first things first, we've got the cover off of there. Next thing we need to do, which you will see here, is push the piston back inside the caliper. And to do that, all you need to do is apply pressure to it. So put something between the disc and the piston, and then try your hardest to work that back. It will go. It won't be easy necessarily, but it will go at some point. You just got to maintain that pressure, and then obviously you get a wheel in the way and all that sort of stuff. So then move your caliper over as far as it will go, and then put some pressure on. And I'm just going to use the disc. There we go. That's that done. What you want to do is make sure that the fluid doesn't come squirting out the top. And mine's much higher now, which is good. That's all pushed back in. Right, that's now open. What I'd actually like to do is give it a good clean out. Get some tissue in there. Where's my brake cleaner? Get the old brake cleaner in there. Got a toothbrush as well. Give it a good clean with a toothbrush. So give it a good spray in there. Oh, sorry camera. I hope you can still see in there now. Yeah, you can still see in there, that's fine. So we're just going to get any last little bits of crap out that we didn't manage to get out before. So this is the old spring that holds the pads in place. You can probably see that too. There's the old spring. So next step, take your Allen key and you want to remove your retaining bolt, the one that holds the top of the pads in place. So you've got your little grub screw, and then you've got your actual pin. And the pin we're going to give a good clean to as well, and then we're going to give that a copper slip. That's that bad boy out. See, it's a bit grubby. It'll be covered in dirt because it's a consumable moving part on a braking system. But what you need to check for is no grooves. So this has got, on the exposed area that never ever gets moved, it's got a little bit of rusting to it. You can see where the original coating's come off on that one. But it's never going to be in perfect condition after it comes out of the factory. Still, we'll give it a bit of copper slip anyway. So then we have our retaining clip, and this is the retaining clip here. That retaining clip, and that goes inside here. And the pads sit, well, that stays like that when they're in, so we're going to put that there for the minute. Clean that copper slip off our fingers. This is our old pad. That's the good one of the two. And these are the new ASP or AS3 performance pads. They're not pads, they're sintered pads, they're nothing special. Look, they are for the Fantic Enduro 4-stroke. For the Fantic Enduro 4-stroke AS3, they're not very expensive, they're like 15 quid I think, which is perfectly acceptable. Why you not stick on there? Does it just stay there? let's put our speed sensor back on, or wear sensor, whatever it is. That was a very annoying sensor. Job to worry about. Now this is pretty much back where it was, except for the inside washer is slightly different. Okay. Oh, I suppose we have to get it down and give it a run, or run it around to see that it will free up. Right, let's check the oil levels, or fluid level. See if you can see in there. It's got fluid. It might have a bit too much fluid in it now because it's got nice big fat discs on it. So we've got to put our plunger in and hope that it doesn't all squirt out. Which, given the length of that plunger, it looks like it might. So keep some tissue handy. Oh, it's sucked onto my finger now. Yeah, keep some tissue handy. Ready to mop up any mess. Where are you? Or do we go under there? There we go, go under there. And all I'm going to do is stick my screwdriver down the end gently, because it won't stick onto my screwdriver. There we go, we've got a bit coming back up. Job done. Job done. Give that a quick wipe. And then pop the cap on. And the lid with the screws on. Okay, let's put you down. Where are we now? Right, let's do the plunger back. Let's do these bolts back up. That's that done back up. I've got a nice firm pedal. No movement whatsoever. Do that up, so you can see there, wibbly wobbly. Put the brake on, rock solid. No movement in the wheel. Wheel runs alright. Sorted. That is one job done. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.